Oh, finally. We've been waiting for
All right, I have my poem here. Thank you for everyone for coming. And clearly, my name's Stanley. And,
where do you live, Stan?
This one's called Mitered Tongues. And it's, anyway, you'll quickly, those who know Joe and Vinny will know. Anyway.
And for the rest of you, you can go get a bathroom break or...
Anyway, here we are. There are no pleasures greater than myth. Hence, let's giggle about Joe Who. Robust, he's what's proven at the site. No denuded ex-Christmas tree there. Add pearls and some carpenter's language, and oh, the blessed jumbo. That reckless back primer. Like the skipped, the muffed, and the forgotten. Well more than an old pile of hickory sticks. This is an ode to the old scraps. Hearken, the brake lights, the rainstorms, the IRS's paddy wagons. They don't show the muddy tracks of the forest. Bare-beaked an owl speaks. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Still we've worked on measuring, cutting, measuring. So much good made from so little. Thank you.
You got a book? I'll read it. My name is Paul. I have a poem.
What's we not see in the lower half? What's that all about?
What do you mean?
Well, like I'm looking...
Okay.
No, you don't have to.
I'm naked over here. I'm an appendage to Carpenter Poets. My name is Paul. I live in Jamaica Plain. And this is called The Help. These are my components. These are my features. There is Terry, wizened by battle, smart to the touch, moving perilously through another Y-waist workday. Army fatigues draping his chastened frame. Lines of wrinkle gathered in the mountains on the terrain of Afghanistan, creasing his boyish face. There he is, Terry, lifting, pulling, laboring, and longing for the day to end. His maiden in Ireland is the only compliment that he needs. There is Paul, unraveling from out of Deb's arms, sheets amiss, another night spent and ended. There he is, rolling through onto his other side, the one away from his injured shoulder, as he uncoils from the bed. And there he goes. A routing gesture again begins. The morning piss, followed by the encumbered draping of his soiled ragman's outfit onto his chiseled, modest, 48.5-year-old frame. And there is Anthony, tumbling out of his ghetto's apartment, his two-story above flat. Here he comes into Paul's Unimog, i.e. his retired war machine. Anthony's 360-plus pound frame jiggles as he peppers his way into the tiny compact cab. His bootstraps/laces wiggle, they are untied, as is his belt, unfastened at the buckle. His shirt wavers beyond his protruded black belly button. In a slap, in an instance, he pulls it together. Bootstraps, laces fastened, tied, belt slid through loop lines, belly necessarily suppressed neath recently tucked shirt, glasses straightened out onto cherubic, handsome, milk chocolate face. Hand then entered into an array with mind, as we fist bump our way into the beginning of another day of, quote, green hauling, i.e. recycling, rescuing, building materials. Just a couple more. Gordon dances through the morn's rays. Like splinters made of glare, his sunglasses are his only deflections, his only defense against the unbearability of the incoming light. onto his hungover frame. Last night reflects upon him as he basks on the stoop in front of his Green Street haunts, awaiting my arrival. Eyes sunk in a red, watery, milky mixture, his body breath effuses last night's last stand at one of Jamaica Plain's pubs of choice. With mild enthusiasms, we conjoin to begin yet another day of toting and gathering the construction industry's discards. ... Rasta man is all a shambles. His dreadlocks are strapped in a weave that only a deep sleep could have concocted/composed. His long johns stop above his ankle, just below his knee. His bare feet tell the story of a people, a land, ageless, aged, chipped, slightly brown, black, worn, toenails lined, ashy, bruised, overgrown, compounded, calloused, pancaked by lives of non-leisure. I pass a cup of coffee to him and off we go. These are my assets, my tools, my meanings. They are what I work for. That's all I have.
I'm Liz Keith.
That's fine.
Hi, everybody. As a few of you know, that I recently moved from Jamaica Plain to Walpole.
Not the prison.
No.
Raising the IQ of both towns. I like to throw my boy.
And this is called Melizzy Living in Suburbia. Quote, if you're not living in Walpole, you're camping. That was Joe Morgan, who was the something with Red Sox.
Groundskeeper or something, yeah.
No, he's the manager, right? Yeah. Okay. Melizzy in Suburbia. Silence, not a sound except for the streaming resonance of faraway cars carried by the wind. Sometimes the long horn echo of a cargo train out in Framingham. The rustling of squirrels up and down the trees and sweet tweets of the starlings hiding in the fall-changing trees. The beauty of the long green lawns and winding brick walks. Homes large, stately, seeming so quiet they look empty. Quiet, quiet, my new happy suburbia, holding my cup of morning tea, oatmeal on the table, till the still air and the still house begins to vibrate, like pulsate. It shudders and the noise grows instantly louder and louder till it is right outside my front door. I, being frightened, run back to the house, to the back of the house, where this horrible noise of machines were aiming for the back door. My tea spilled and my oatmeal fell on the table. I looked out the window and was surrounded by a horde of olive-complected young men, all with jet black hair, wearing dark-tinted glasses and plastic earmuffs, and driving swiftly around the house. What were they riding on? I was in a whirlwind of panic, ready to call the Walpole cops. Whoa! But I suddenly stopped, and I looked out the window. They were mowing the lawn. There are other noises that break the sweet silence of suburban gentle calm. The reverb of katydids of summer speaking to one another at nightfall, resembling the religion of call and response, but far from harmonious. more like deafening, guttural little baby bullhorns in Sensorround. Or the lady next door who owns her own leaf blower. The suburban supermom with a jetpack strapped to her back, all set with earplugs, headgear, and determination to get every leaf off her property. Oh, and the comforting sounds of gunfire, straight from the local gun camp. Somewhere in the safe woods of suburbia, semi-automatic fire breaks the quiet every afternoon. There are signs on the lawns that read, non-poisonous fertilizer, as packs of wild deer consume the landscape shrubbery, turning the greenery into breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The wild deer take to wandering the streets aimlessly like rolling tumbleweeds in a ghost town. I wonder, can deer be rabid? They make me feel like I'm in a Mad Max movie. They stare at me through the windows of the house. They stare at me while I drive through the empty streets of empty-looking houses, all so manicured, a strange detachment between roaming wild animals and a vacant neighborhood. It is unsettling, as in the evening when the outdoor lights turn on and a million moths gather on the clapboards and cover the windows with their eerie, silent fluttering while the TV is blaring away inside. And I think to myself, I don't know if anyone really belongs in such a tidy emptiness. And if the noise is only to disturb the quiet. But it might be true that just like the deer, I'm just a little freaked out by the land called suburbia.
All right.